To the underground, we be the mom and pop, they the incorporated, they love and we're unknown. Hello and welcome to What's Hittin'. I'm your host, Snookie Blaze, and we're here to get up close and personal with everything underground and independent. Today on What's Hittin' Show, first of all, we'd like to thank Ambrosio Apparel for our sweatshirts. Our new What's Hittin' logo for radio and TV is on our sweatshirts and will be available for purchase on our website coming up shortly. Next, I'd like to tell you who we're going to have on our show today. Today we have Maranatha. She is a writer, an actress, a performer, and she just put out a new play of Mugs and Monsters. When we come back from checking out this independent artist, we'll be right here on the couch with Miss Maranatha. We'll be right back to What's Hittin'. Treating the industry like up and stumping. Pure shit to the throat, to the brick with the real shit. Kicked in love with the ceiling. Tighter, no mess, no key. Excuse quick like it is really good. Other instances can't get related to explain. Trying to take control of the demons. That time I attack ass, but a little bitch get wrapped into faster into these sweeties. So faster. Guess her, she's probably mad at her past. Arguments giving out for shit in her head. That's her, she's on the side of back. Sweetie like burning in into my back. Can't stop beating up, stay coming back. Believe that I'm peace with the rap, shit, the rap piece of good. Like I'm ready to pass, and practice the high in the past. There's splinters, rats, and they can't make just my circle. Shout out to all the real ones. Each one's gonna feel to the feeling. Pump this bitch, just real shit. Fuck that to one up shit. And welcome back to What's Hittin'. As I promised, Maranatha right here on our sofa, blessing our couch. That's what we're about. So we're going to get right into it with our people. Say hello.
What's up?
Now, this woman is highly evolved. So we're going to start at the beginning. We're going to talk about how and where your education came from. Mm-hmm. And you're also an artist.
Yes.
Actress. Mm-hmm. So you want to tell us a little bit about that background. What have you done? Where you been?
Well, I got my MFA in acting and directing. I went down to Virginia Beach. I went to Regent University, got that degree there. I didn't study that in college, but I decided okay, for grad school, I'm going to do what I want to do.
Exactly.
So that's what I did. And I absolutely loved it. It was amazing. And I came back to Philly because that's home.
Yes.
And it's not easy to break into the Philly theater market. But I did find kind of a niche for myself in being a teaching artist, for sure. And of course, I found I could do some murder mystery theater, which is where I found you at.
Of course.
Yep.
Murder mystery buddies. Now, tell us a little bit more about the artist acting teaching.
Yeah, for sure. So I got really well plugged in with Theater Horizon. It's the equity company out in Norristown. They have an amazing education program where they outsource a lot of teachers that teach drama clubs at after school programs, and they run summer camps in the summertime. Basically, the whole idea is giving a space for kids to jump into the theatrical process of storytelling without the constraints of traditional theater. It always has to be this script, this way. It's very much about giving artistic control over to the kids and empowering their voices. What story do you want to tell? If you could be any character you wanted to be. I want to be a popcorn unicorn princess of cotton candy that treads on turtles.
Wow.
And you say yes.
And then you help them create around that.
Absolutely.
And bring their creation to life.
My job is to facilitate what they want to do.
Okay.
And bring their story to life.
Yes, because you're also a writer, right?
I am a writer. Yes, I am.
Yes, I told you she's well-rounded, honey. She got all kinds of things going on. So we have some other questions for you. I want to make sure I hit everything that we have. What inspired the founding of Unveiled Faces Artists Collective?
The founding of this collective. So it goes back a chunk of years. I had a best friend in undergrad. He and I did like some college theater together, and we just loved it so much. I was an actress and a writer. He was more production, scenic design, that ninja techie. Like, I want to run behind a curtain wearing all black and nobody knows I'm there.
Okay, yeah.
That kind of theater person, the hidden person. And we always threaten, like, dude, what if we start a theater company together? And like, oh, yeah, sure. Like, never will happen. But then, fast forward 10 years, and I come back to him, and I was like, let's do it.
You're ready.
Let's actually do it. And he was like, okay. And we knew we felt really passionate about bringing together multiple voices to tell human stories. It can't just be about like, well, we're theater people and theater people do it this way. We're like, no, we're freaking artists and everyone has a way, and theater takes a village of different kinds of artists. Let's make this an artist collective. So that way no one thinks we're just one thing, but like all voices need to be a part of this situation and all artists need to be contributing to the stories we tell. So that's kind of where that kind of evolved from. The idea of unveiling faces is taking a mask off. Like theater's often equated with putting a mask on.
Yes.
No, we want to be about taking it off and telling like, what do humans actually go through?
So more like realism. Like you want real stories, not Shakespearean. This happened.
I mean, don't you be hating on my bard?
No, I'm not
going to.
No, I'm not even hating on Shakespeare. I love me some Shakespeare. Romeo, I'm so worried about you, but it's okay. But I mean, but just kind of putting more realism into the art.
It's validating the human experience and the stories that often are told. Like that's not quite worth being told. No.
Every story is worth being told.
It is 100% worth being told. And that's the point of it. And like, even if we, within our collective, were to do already written stories, we're going to be having non-traditional people playing those characters. Like, that's the idea. It's like giving a voice to people that aren't being listened to or think that they can't be listened to.
Yeah. Like there's no avenue for them to be listened to.
Exactly. Or like, I don't know if my story counts.
Yeah.
And I was like,
So no, you're giving them hope, you're giving them
your story
tools,
super counts.
You're giving them everything they need to,
absolutely.
To make
Whether
sure
we do it as a devised, like physical piece, more traditional theater, or maybe it's a mash that we put up on YouTube, like however your story should best be told, that best represents you, let's make that happen. Okay. So that's
how that came about. That's what that's about.
That's
the baby right there.
That is my baby.
Oh, that's the baby.
That's my baby.
All right, so tell my people, because, we get down and dirty, we get drinking, you know what we do late at night, because we be chilling. So,
only late at night?
Well, no, not just, we don't even want to put a timestamp on it. We're just going to say what we need to do to chill out. So tell our people, what do you drink to chill out?
Well,
Wait. Before she tells us, we're going to cut to an independent artist. Check out this artist real quick. We might even have a PSA in there. And when we come back, she's going to make it right here in Mixology. You're watching What's Hitting.
Mixology.
And welcome back to Mixology, right here with Maranatha. Maranatha, what are we calling this concoction today?
An ode to bitches.
An ode to bitches. Do you hear you bitches? We making you a drink, okay? It's ode to you. All right, this is what we calling this today. This is how we do it on What's Hitting. All right, so let me put everything you need over here. Tell me how we gonna put this together.
Okay, so
3 cups.
Production
is requesting their cup, but we're gonna act like we don't hear it right now, and we'll make it.
Well, I think we should start be squeezing our citrus up in here because for those of you that don't know, I have a very strict eating situation. I am keto, which means I don't add unnecessary things to my liquor. I just have it straight. Because I don't need that sugary business in my body.
Okay.
So instead, we'll do some citrus and whatnot. So our lemons.
All right, so what happens is, since there's some of you people out there who cannot take their liquor straight, that's on keto, and they're like, okay, so I can't have sugar. I can't have sugar. If y'all see this hand in this cup slide, y'all already know it's production, but we just going to let our guests know because she don't want it to be like some scary shit happening. She don't know what's going on here. So we're going to put a little lemon in here. See,
I think I got a little left.
I got a lemon right here.
Oh, perfect. There you go.
Just want to stick a whole lemon at the bottom.
Definitely. There. Problem solved.
There we go.
All
We're
done.
going to stab it, right?
Yes.
This is what happens when you production. You get the raw, cheap shot of shit. Okay. All right. So next we got orange citrus. Okay. So we got our lemon citrus. Not too much.
This is some of nature's sweetness.
Yes. Yes. Natural sweetness is okay in the keto diet. Not too much either.
Right.
Sweetness,
I can't sit here and have like 3 oranges and
Yeah.
be like, I'm okay. My blood sugar go through the roof. I might not come back from that.
I think I messed that up. Wait a minute. Okay. So, all right.
Oh, right. We got to be sharing.
Yeah. Produces. Okay.
A little extra, I think.
One more. So we're not gonna do. All right. How strong you want your drink? Do you do your drinks like really, really strong, or?
I don't, because I'm also keto, which means you get drunk really fast.
Yes, because it's no, and this turns into sugar in your system anyway.
Real quick.
So you don't need a lot. I'm making a whole mess here. Go ahead, do your thing.
All right.
You gotta pour the spirits.
I got my ode to my bitches.
Ode to your bitches, right?
Ode to my bitches. Can I pour you first?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Are you strong or are you joining me?
I'm not keto. I'm stressed out. Oh.
Fair enough.
Okay, her teeth's gonna be red because production like, what happened to my drink?
Where's my drink at? Well, their
She's
shot's
keto
gonna
today.
be a
She
little
keto
small.
today. It's cool. She keto today.
Fair enough. Join me. It's good being keto.
Yes. All right. So we got a lemon at the end of production. So we're gonna stick one in ours.
Fair enough. I want one too.
You want one too? And we got slices of oranges over here.
I also want one of these.
So you want it cold?
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
So
I do.
we're gonna put it in
Tear this
these.
half. Here, do you want half of my orange?
Sure.
It's pretty.
All right. So we're gonna pour your drink in here, right?
Yes.
Because you want it a little cool. Bunch of little lemons in there.
And shake that John up.
No, we ain't gonna shake it. We just gonna toss it just a little bit.
We're gonna toss that John up.
We some alcoholic messies in here.
Well, and yeah, we hadn't even like drinking yet. This is a sober.
This is a sober engagement. A sober messy, that's it.
Oh, it smells so fragrant.
Ooh, you smell that?
It smells so lovely.
Now that way you know your whiskey and everything else. No ice, right?
Oh, right. That looks real professional.
I actually have this other strainer, John. We have so much stuff in our production kitchen. You never know what you're gonna need. And I'm just gonna put some ice in mine. Because 2 shots of booze. We need that little watered down if we're gonna make it through the show. We're gonna give production a little ice because she needs that to be able to control the camera and audio. We don't want her too lippy. Too lit.
No.
All right, let's taste the citrus.
Cheers. My ode to bitches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whiskey with a twist. Oh bitches.
Amen.
Ode to bitches right here.
Ode to
Maranatha made it. This is her drink. When we come back, we'll be back on the couch with Maranatha and we're going to get down and dirty about her upcoming productions. We'll be right back. Check out this independent artist.
Cheers.
Welcome back to What's Hitting. I'm sitting here with my ode to bitches as we talk about some bitches. But we're not even going to get into that. We're going to get right back into our interview so we can get up close and personal. Now, this is going to be my favorite half because the project that you are working on now, I can say has touched so many people in so many different fashions that this will definitely resonate with a lot of people. So, tell me, what was the motivation behind Mugs and Monsters?
Yes, of Mugs and Monsters, my original show. I've been writing that, John, for like 4 years now. Because when I first started writing it, for just to recap, the show is based on a real experience from my life. I'm a survivor of sexual assault, and it took a long time to survive. It's not something you survive in a night. Like, I'm good now. Like, it's just not that way. And one of the things I was doing to help my soul survive, I'm a writer, and I write for myself, for catharsis, for whatever, for meditation. And I was like, maybe if I just wrote out everything that happened, I could get it out my system. If I just wrote it all down, I started writing it, and I realized I was writing it like it was a script. Like, with this person says this, and then a stage direction, and then it was just script form.
This is what's happening. Like, you was very detailed oriented.
I was like, I guess that's the way my body wants to write this story. So I wrote out everything that happened, and I looked at that, and I was like, kind of looks like a story. And I added a bit, I developed it. Next thing you know, in a few months, I'm like, I think this could be something. And just over the next few years, I just kept developing it, workshopping it, putting it on the shelf and ignoring it, swearing I'd never touch it again. I had a couple of those moments, and then pulling it back out the drawer and re-looking at it. And then, through being a teaching artist, I connected with one of the most insanely talented, inspired directors in Philly. Her name is Carly Bodner. She's another teaching artist at Theater Horizon as well. Because, artists, we can't work one job because we poor.
Honey, not on our budget.
But anyway, needless to say, I met her through being a teaching artist. And I had actually come on as a fight director for a couple of her shows that she was directing, because I'm also a big stage combatant. And I do choreography, so I was choreographed a couple of shows for her. And I just saw she was so good at working with new playwrights. I'm like, maybe she'd read my play and give me some advice. I gave it to her, and she said, I'm directing this. Let's make it happen. So she'd been workshopping it with me and developing it with me for almost 2 years now. And then here we are. We've hired a cast. We've got a venue and all these things. Pieces start falling into place to tell this story. It's no longer an idea in a drawer. It's no longer something I'm not sure if is worthy of saying. It's something that's going, because that was a part of it. At one moment, and a lot of survivors would agree with me on this. Is my story worth talking about? Does it count? Is it bad enough? Because everyone around me told me it's not bad enough. But my story is my story. It's not about measuring it.
Yes.
So I'm telling it, and I'm doing it in the boldest way possible and in the most loving way possible. I'm not here to bash people. I'm here to extend love to people who share my story.
And to tell your story.
To tell my story. By owning it, it has less power over me.
Yes. Now tell us some of the different hurdles and challenges with production and just with getting to that point where you was like, yeah, I'm going to let the world see it.
I'd say production challenges are the anxiety parts, but soul challenges are the ones that threaten to stop it. Because there's definitely been moments where people have made it real clear, do not tell your story. We don't want to hear your story. Your story is not what we're telling. Your story is invalid. Your story is unfair. When I first went through all this, and you heard about it. You watched my first, I put up an interview where I just went on YouTube and real plainly explained in detail what my experience was. That was this inspiration behind of Mugs and Monsters.
Yes.
What's the true event that the script came from. And I broke it down, and the things that aren't in the script are all the aftermath shit I had to deal with after reporting my attacker and then trying to deal with that. Reporting an attacker is its own drama.
Its own beast.
It is its own monster to survive. That's its own trial by fire.
Yep.
I had people telling me that I was making it up. I had people telling me that I was probably just a burnt girlfriend and wanted sympathy. I had cops tell me that. I had a cop shame me. like while I was in his office interviewing with him, I tried to call the precinct, be like, can I speak with a female cop? And they're like, well, the detectives already closed it, so we can't reopen it.
Wow.
You know, he made fun of me and stuff.
And was this in Philly?
And that was in Virginia, because the assault happened while I was in grad school with a fellow student. And Virginia is a little bit on the backwoods side of things with understanding what rape and sexual assault actually mean.
Yeah.
And stuff.
And college campus.
And college
obviously.
campuses. Well, they don't want their numbers hurt. Because if they're boasting that, like, we're a safe campus, but they got to report that one of their students assaulted another, all of a sudden their nice little numbers don't look as nice. So they'd rather find a way to invalidate the situation so they can, on the report, say, oh yeah, nothing happened this year. We had a good year. We have one of the safest campuses, blah, blah, blah.
The victim blame you into not reporting it at all.
It's way easier to shame a victim into silence because the victim's already traumatized. They'll probably go quiet. And then the person who's the attacker has everything to lose. So they're gonna fight the hardest to have their reputation protected, to explain why it doesn't count, why you know, they are not in the wrong or whatever. And that's just, it's way easier to protect an attacker than it is to, you know, get justice for a victim. So that was its whole thing. And a lot of that made me feel like maybe I should just get rid of this story idea 100%. And then, you know, it's close friends who validate you. And the friends that then say, hey, that's my story too. Please tell it.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden, like, you get that fresh wave of, I know I'm supposed to be doing this. So I released a video on YouTube with my full interview, just breaking down like what literally happened. And in 24 hours, 48 hours, I already got someone commenting on there being real upset with me for doing that because it's not fair to men, you know, and all that stuff, and how I'm probably just a good actress doing this to push an agenda. I probably this, probably that. You know, whoever it was took like several paragraphs to explain why I shouldn't have put that video up. And that's why I put that video up.
Exactly.
It's for people like that. I'm starting a conversation.
You are. You're starting a conversation and keeping a movement that's been out here for a while, and there's no one really paying attention, and it's too much sweeping it under the rug, whether it's about numbers or about the community trying to be
You're
safe.
hurting good men's reputations.
Or good,
You're hurting good
men's
reputations.
But it wouldn't have happened to you if that reputation was squashed a while ago, because they usually don't do it just once.
No, you're absolutely right. In fact, you know, the assaultants are usually repeat offenders, and they're good at what they do because the victim can't decide whether they're in the wrong or not, and they want to blame themselves. Like, a good assaultant is someone who can make the victim believe they deserved it.
That it was their fault. That it didn't even happen.
That didn't happen.
That it didn't
That
even
was one of the big
happen.
things my assaultant told me. This didn't really happen. You're blowing this out of proportion. You're making stuff up. I'm worried about you. I think you're sick in the head. Oh my gosh, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I'm sick in the head. Oh this, oh that, oh that. And I did it. And I hid that, John, for like 2 months until it came to the point where the trauma was bursting out of my body that my roommates just knew. I swear to this day, my roommate saved my life because she knew. And she made herself available because she knew if she pressed me for it, I'd probably shut up forever. And I'd defend him. But she just stayed available and open, like those chakras were available. And so that night when I finally told her everything, it burst out of my body. I mean, I was sick. I was withdrawn. I couldn't come out my room. I couldn't talk to nobody. I was skittish. I was constantly throwing up in the bathroom for no reason. I was crying at random moments. Like, it was obvious something had happened. And she knew she wanted to be available to me. And she said she prayed for me night after night after night. She talked to her dad. She's like, Dad, I know something happened to her and I don't know what to do about it. Her dad says, be ready. Make sure she knows that she's loved. Make sure she knows that she is safe. Make sure she knows that she should be whoever she is without anyone else telling her who to be. And she did that. She opened up that door and invited me to step through and tell my story, so I did.
And look where you are now.
I'm opening that door, and I want to invite you to tell your story so we can celebrate it together.
Exactly. And that's what everybody needs. Anybody that's a survivor or going through trying to be a survivor needs to know that it's somebody that has a door open, that's willing to listen, that they're believed.
That they're believed.
That they're believed, is one of the most things, because people will turn away because no one will believe it. So, and that's a lot of people hide it because of that.
There's a big reason that I feel like the big thing we're combating is the whole idea of intentions of the assaultant. Now, granted, I'm not saying men are the only ones that assault, but let's just check out the numbers. It's usually men. I was assaulted by a man. A lot of people have come to me and explained the bits of their stories. It's usually a man assaultant. So when I say men, that's what I'm referring
general,
to.
Just
covering it. But like oftentimes there's like, well, what about the intentions of a man? What if he didn't mean to? We just need to put that as a conversation aside for a second, because if you didn't mean to hit me with your car, y'all still hit me with your car. I still got a broken leg. Just because you didn't mean to doesn't mean all of a sudden, oh, my leg's better. I'm okay. I don't need to heal.
It's all right
from this trauma.
Because you didn't drive away. It's all right. It's
Yeah,
not hit and run,
it's not hit and run, so we're okay.
No,
if y'all hit me with a car, I don't care if you meant to or not. I've been struck, I've been injured, and I gotta need to heal from this. You know, like I don't want to even get into the conversation of whether men meant it or not. That's a conversation. I will participate.
It is.
But can we start with the basics that a person's been injured, damaged, scarred for life most times. They deserve to heal from that, not like freaking out at them for hurting somebody else's reputation. Oh no, someone's got to go lick their wounds because their name don't sound so nice anymore. Somebody else is scarred for the rest of their whole freaking life. That abuse and trauma is potentially affect how they can have future relationships. Their future partner's gonna have to help walk them through it. You're affecting them, potentially their children. You have easily maybe ruined a person's life, and you're upset that your name don't look so good anymore.
It's such a deeper conversation that we can continue to have.
We could be here for 2 weeks and 5 more drinks.
Honey, yes, we can go through a bottle with this situation. Now, Maranatha, you have to tell people where they can catch this play.
Yes, okay, so, and this is for you. One of my handy dandy little cards right up in here. Designed by my amazing co-pro.
All right.
So it'll be playing April 14th through the 25th at the Plays and Players Theaters on Delancey Street. The first 2 nights are preview nights, and we're working on adjusting the prices because preview nights should be cheaper than regular nights because we're still working it out.
They'll figure out prices when they go to the website. Just tell them where to go.
Yeah. You're going to be going to playsandplayers.org. right up in here, and you're gonna be looking at my show. I got my show description up there, my content advisory, information on the actors that are in it. I got some killer actors working on this business. I'm so excited.
Me too, because we'll be there on the preview night, baby.
Yeah, you are. The really beautiful thing is a survival story is told by survivors. The artists on this team are all survivors themselves.
Yeah, so it's gonna be some raw emotion on there.
It's gonna be some raw emotion on there. The show is gonna be running. It's not every night, 14th and 25th. We're dark Mondays and Tuesdays. Our first preview night is a Tuesday though. But yeah, you're gonna be coming up on here. You can get more information.
So we'll see you guys back here on the couch with someone new and refreshing, just like we had Miss Maranatha. And please go out and check out her play. We'll see you next time.
We the underground. We paved the way for the famous, the underground. The pioneers remain nameless here in the underground. The makers and the players who get praise and say they made it. Ain't got say they good and polished like a diamond in the underground. When they lose touch with their roots and need another sound. Another industry.